any city which grows so fast, and if the government expects the city to thrive or the ecosystem to thrive, they need to pay adequate attention to the infrastructure of the city. I mean, the basics are missing in the city, which is like the drainage system. There is simply no adequate drainage system which are there. Like when you even drive your car on the road, even in a normal day, you realize that drainages have not been provisioned. So this is like how can a local government or municipal corporation forget basics of the local roads
Yeah.
and how the roads have to be built.
Look at the conundrum, Jitendra. This is a city of innovation, technology. It does not have its drains silted. What has gone wrong?
The government here in Karnataka specifically, at least the more and more I'm observing. By the way, I moved to the city just like 12 months back. I used to be in Bombay for last 24 years.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing the government here is more focused on showing what they're doing instead of doing the work. And the actions and words don't match. Like I was reading the news last week that the government wants to put a unicorn symbol outside the airport. What is that use? There's no use of putting that symbol if you cannot provide better roads or even the basic roads
Yeah.
to the people working here or the people working in the startup companies.
Well, that leads us to the concern. Is there a real threat to the startup ecosystem within your circle of founders, entrepreneurs? Are they having second thought about the city?
In a city like Mumbai, where there used to be so many startups, people moved out of Mumbai, maybe towards Bangalore or Hyderabad or Pune, just because of one single reason. The cost of living in that city went very, very high. And now I see the same thing happening. While the Bangalore has got adequate attention in terms of the startup ecosystem, there will be only one reason why people will move out of the city. Uh, the civic infrastructure. And if they do not pay attention to it, I would be surprised if the ecosystem stays here. I think the ecosystem sooner or later will move out. So government, if they want to keep ecosystem thriving in this state and city, they have to ensure that the basic infrastructure, no fancy infrastructure, the basic infrastructure is being provided to the citizens here.
That's a very resounding warning that you're giving us. The Chief Minister announced a package of about 300 crore and more to come for compensation and relief. Do you think that helps?
Anusha, I would say that we don't care about that compensation or anything. I think we care if those 300 crores are plowed back into making the infrastructure right. I think that is what it matters. I mean, who cares for government's money to come to us? Nobody cares, frankly. So we just we just want this city to
Yes.
thrive. We just want this city to work for its citizen. So from that standpoint, my request to the government and the state officials would be that plow back that money into making the infrastructure right. That's it. We
All
don't
right.
need any compensation.
All right, Jiten, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. And I think one thing is a key takeaway that if you don't have your basic urban infrastructure sorted out, the startup ecosystem